Never say this is the final road for you. The leaded skies may cover over days of blue. As the hour that we longed for is so near, our steps beat out the message, we are here. From lands so green with palms to lands all white with snow, we shall be coming with our anguish and our woe. And where a spurt of our blood fell on the earth, there our courage and our spirit have rebirth. The early morning sun will brighten our day, and yesterday with all our foe will fade away. But if the sun delays and in the east remains, this song as password generations must maintain. This song was written with our blood and not with lead. It is not a little tune that birds will sing overhead. This song a people sang amid collapsing walls. With grenades in hand, they heeded the call. And therefore, never say the road now ends for you. The leaden skies may cover over days of blue, as the hour that we longed for is so near. Our steps beat out the message, we are here.
Hello, I'm Bruce Ratner, Chairman of the Board of the Museum of Jewish Heritage, a living memorial to the Holocaust. We are here, the emphatic closing line of the Partisan Song, symbolizes victory over hatred, victory over darkness, and victory over despair. 77 years after the heroic Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, and 75 years after the defeat of the Nazis, when the world is again in turmoil, we are stronger together. Together we can combat anti-Semitism, together we can combat systemic racism, and together we can overcome division and despair.
Shalom Aleichem, ich bin Daniel Kahn. Seid begrüßt bei uns da in Berlin. Und ich will singen für euch mein Nussach von einem Lied von Leonard Cohen, verteidigt auf Yiddish. Gewinn an Nigen wie ein Sol, was David hat gespielt vor Gott, nur dir wollt's nicht gewähnt, als a Yeshua. Und mir singt so a Fa, a Sol, a Mische Berech hebt a Kol, der Duller Melech weht. Deine Munde ist geworden schwach, Basheva bot sich auf den Dach, ihr Chein die Levone, dein Refue. Und sie nimmt an Goff, sie nimmt an Kopf, sie schneit von deiner Haare Zop und zieht von Meul herab. Halleluja. O Teire, ich kenn dein Stil, ich bin geschlafen auf dein Deal, ich hab kein Mal nicht gelebt mit a Znue. Und ich seh dein Schloss, ich seh dein Forn. A Herz ist nicht kein Melechstron, es ist a kalte und a kalle Halleluja. O wie amol to sag mir ois, wo es tut sich dort in dein Scheuß, to wo es darf sich schämen wie a Psule. Und gedenk wie ich hab in dir geruht, wie die Schiene glut in unser Blut und jeder Atem tut a Halleluja. Soll sein, mein Gott ist gar nicht da und Liebe soll sein kaum im Roh, a Pusterträum, zerbrochen und mechule. Nicht kein Gewein in Mitternacht, nicht kein bald Schuwe aufgewacht, nur ein elende Kolkeure, Halleluja. An Apikoires rufst du mich mit Shem Hawaii, läster ich nur Meile, ich der war nicht kein Geule. Nur es brennt sich heiß in jeden Oss, von Aleph bis Gor bis in Sof, die Heilige und kalle Halleluja. Und das ist alles, es ist nicht kein Sach. Ich mach derweile, was ich mach. Ich komm da wie ein Mensch, nicht kein Schaluje. Chutsch Hals verloren, sei wie sei, will ich verleuben, Adonai, und schreien, will ich heim. Bleibt stark und gesund.
I'm Jack Klieger, President and CEO of the Museum of Jewish Heritage, a living memorial to the Holocaust. For almost 25 years, the museum has been honoring the survivors and teaching the lessons of hatred and racism so that a Holocaust will never happen again. Today's presentation of We Are Here, a celebration of resistance, resilience, and hope, represents the essence of the museum. We exist to absorb the lessons of our history and to learn from them. We exist to assert that we are in fact here and thriving as a people. We've been tested by humanity's darkest period, the nationalization and militarization of evil, and yet we survive. I'm talking to you in front of an image of the museum's Garden of Stones, an installation by artist Andy Goldsworthy. When we reopen and you come to visit, you'll see 18 trees growing out of boulders, a rebirth from barren harshness. It reminds us of the resilience and resistance of this moment. At the museum, we remember, with our historic exhibitions and extensive archives of survivor testimonials. We teach, bringing tens of thousands of school children into our exhibition halls each year. And we provide a home for a thriving cultural renaissance, which includes film screenings, concerts, lectures, and productions by the National Yiddish Theater Folksbiene. We embrace the fight against racism and for social justice. We will never stop fighting for a better society and a better world. Merzenendu, we are here.
I'm Dr. Ruth K. Westheimer, and I'm here. And this is the Partisan Song. Al natomar soti haderech achona. Wait, not all of you know Hebrew, so I'm doing it in English. Never say, this is the final road for you. So leaden skies may cover over days of blue, as the hour that we longed for is so near, our step beats out the message, we are here.
From lands so green with palms to lands all white with snow, we shall be coming with our anguish and woe. And where a spurt of our blood fell on the earth, there our courage and our spirit have rebirth.
The early morning sun will brighten our day, and yesterday, with our foe, will fade away. But if the sun delays and in the east remains, this song as password generations must maintain. This song was written with our blood and not with lead. It's not a little tune that birds sing overhead. This song a people sang amid collapsing walls. With grenades in hands, they headed to the call.
Therefore never say the road now ends for you, though leaden skies may cover over days of blue. As the hour that we longed for is so near, our step beats out the message, we are here.
I'm Jody Rudoran, the editor of The Forward, and I'm so excited to be hosting this conversation today with the makers of this remarkable film, Who Will Write Our History? It's based on the book by the same name by Sam Kassow, one of our panelists that came out about a decade before. So we have Sam, the writer of Who Will Write Our History. We have Roberta Grossman, the writer, director, and producer of this remarkable film. And we have Nancy Spielberg, the executive producer of the film. And we've all gotten together here in our respective living rooms to talk a little bit about how this film informs our understanding of resilience, resistance, and hope. I want to start with you, Sam. Help us think about really the intent of the members of the Oneg Shabbos archive, the creators of this remarkable archive, these people who were living in the Warsaw Ghetto and who felt compelled at the time to document their experience.
Well, they basically saw the documentation of their experience, the collecting of documents, as a national mission. They saw the German film crews trying to film Jews in compromising positions. They saw the German propaganda posters. They understood that even after the Germans killed them, they would still try to control how they were remembered. There was one historian in the Warsaw Ghetto, who was Emanuel Ringelblum's teacher, who said, what we know about murdered peoples is usually what their killers choose to say about them. And this is a historical fact. And so these people in the archive said, even if we don't live to see the liberation, even if we don't survive, we will leave time capsules. We bury them under the ground. Someday they will surface, and then people will remember us on the basis of our documents, not on the basis of German documents.
The Oneg Shabbos Archive was a collection of accusations against the Germans, individually and collectively. So they were doing something really, really brave in that they were risking their lives in order to tell the story. So to me, that's sort of the essence of resistance. And I often feel that just telling one's own story and believing that your own story is worth telling is as individuals, is one of our acts of self-love and resistance. So this is writ large a form of resistance.
It's very hard to put parallels between something that happened like the Warsaw Ghetto and the Holocaust and today. But yes, you can't help but find little things that occur to us in suddenly a restriction in movement and shortages and living in a time where we are writing the new rules. We are figuring it out, and there is nothing solid. We don't have an experience in this, so we are, you know, a little bit in this realm of something so unfamiliar.
One of the most amazing scenes in the film is the first meeting of the Untitled Shabbos archive, and the music playing underneath is the Partisan Song.
The whole institution was dubbed Untitled Shabbos, which means the joys of Shabbat, for reasons of secrecy.
Chciałem, żeby o naszej zasadzie historycznej powiedział się Hirsz.
Als ist wichtig. Viele Kleinmörstgeinigkeiten. Schreibt als was seid, als was hört.
At the beginning, their basic goal was to collect and to record eyewitness accounts and use the materials to write the history of the war from the Jewish perspective. The Germans are sending film crews into the ghetto to show everybody how dirty we are and how filthy we are. They're telling the world that we're the scum of the earth. And unless we collect our own documents, posterity will remember us on the basis of German sources and not Jewish sources. Will the Germans write our history, or will we write our history?
Najważniejsze jest bezpieczeństwo. Musicie pamiętać, że każda osoba, której mówicie, ma się spotkać.
The Partisan Song is quite beautiful and quite moving, and so I asked our composer Todd Buckelhide to weave it in to his score, and it's done several times in the film, just to literally underscore the bravery and the active resistance of the members of the Untitled Shabbos.
Hello, I'm Adrian Brody. I was fortunate to have helped tell the story of the Warsaw Ghetto in the film The Pianist. Today I'm honored to turn to that story for inspiration, along with the Museum of Jewish Heritage and the Volksbühne Yiddish Theater, and Sing for Hope in We Are Here for a commemoration of resistance, resilience, and hope. We need resistance today against racism, against anti-Semitism, and the isolation and division that darkens our world. The Partisan Hymn is a simple but a powerful expression of these themes. Let our hearts be our guides. We are here.
Sag nit kein Mal, als du gehst dem letzten Weg. Gott Himmeln bleien, verstellen bläue Tag. Kommen wird noch unser ausgebänkte Schar. Es wird abbeugt an unser Trott, wir seinen da. Kommen wird noch unser ausgebänkte Schar. Es wird abbeugt an unser Trott, wir seinen da.
Von grünem Palmenland bis weißem Land von Schnee, wir kommen an mit unser Pein, mit unser Weh. Und wo der Franz ist, er unser Blut. Sprotzenfett tut unser Quoder, unser Mut. Und wo gefahren sie, zerspritzt von unser Blut. Sprotzenfett tut unser Quoder, unser Mut. Es wird die Morgensonne begilden uns dem Heind. Und der Nächten wird verschwinden mit dem Feind. Nur ein versammeln wird die Sonne dem Kajor. Wir Parol so gehen das Lied von Dor zu Dor. Nur ein versammeln wird die Sonne dem Kajor. Wir Parol so gehen das Lied von Dor zu Dor.
Geschrieben ist das Lied mit Blut und nicht mit Blei. Es ist nicht kein Liedl von der Vogel auf der Frei. Das hat der Volk zwischen faul und dicke Wand. Das Lied gesungen mit ner Gannes in die Hand. Das hat der Volk zwischen faul und dicke Wand. Das Lied gesungen mit ner Gannes in die Hand.
Da sag nicht keinmal, als du gehst den letzten Weg. Gott Himmeln bleien, verstellen bläue Tag. Kommen wird noch unser ausgebänkte Schar. Es wird ein Poik ton unser Trott, wir seien da. Kommen wird noch unser ausgebänkte Schar. Es wird ein Poik ton unser Trott, wir seien da.
We are here.
Wir seien da.
We are here.
We are here.
We are.
We are here.
We are here.
Wir seien da.
We are here.
We are here.
And we are here.
Wir seien da. We are here.
We are here.
אנחנו פה.
Wir seien da.
We are here.
We are here.
Wir seien da. We are here.
We're here.
We are here.
We are here. We are here.
Noise
We are here.